Hey guys, this is LadyChann's AI, but you can call me Allison Iverson. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I know. They have to bring that. They have to name that what they make, and that afterwards when it's been a super shutdown. That's what it was. So yeah, that's another thing that children do. Anyway, so moving along, Arlette, because there was a point I wanted to talk about pretty privilege within boxing nuance before I move to the Devin Haney thing. So what I was saying is we've been going back and forth quite a lot in my group, and I think that there are pretty privileges in boxing with women's boxing at the moment. Because let's have it right. When we had women coming through in boxing, they were quite. You are calling. I am calling. Hang on and let me hook you up to the right caster. I know it's Arlette. What up, R to the left?
Hey.
Arlette, you turn that down. Because I'm feeding back for some reason.
Hey, Shan. I just wanted to comment, but I want to be a part of this discussion. But I'll listen to what you said.
Yeah, no,
you're saying.
Yeah, and then you can chime in. Yeah, because it's about us, basically, and what I kind of saw. So what I wanted to say, guys, is that with women's boxing, I think that it's really nuanced that we're getting women that look very attractive in boxing. The women of old, and even still the vast majority of female boxers, female fighters at this time, they look quite manly, or they look like they probably, some of them do, they not saying anything's wrong with that, by the way, before people try to give some backlash, that they bat for the other side of the team. And you know what I mean? So, hang on one sec. This is fucking up with my mic. They bat on the other side of the team. So with the new type of women boxers, there's another woman, I forget her name. I think she's Australian as well. Not Ebony Bridges, but she's a part.
Thank you for joining me for the desecration of Jafar. Sawab Part 3.
Extremely attractive and easy on the eye. Yeah, Layla Ali was pretty, Haplo. Yeah, she was, but you know what I mean? That was one, and that was
Michaela Mayer is very pretty, too.
Michaela Mayer.
To me, she is.
Michaela Mayer looks good when she has a bit of figure. Yeah, she's one of the more attractive ones. Yeah, she don't look manly like that. Yeah.
So is that Spanish Estrada? Estrada.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a few that, and there's a few that you could name. Whereas back in the day, you couldn't really name like how many that were named, and there's even more. So it's a nuance. Natasha Jonas, stunning, exactly. And she was actually Miss Great Britain as well. So she did pageants and she won.
So that's why they call her that?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they call her that.
Go on, Tasha.
Yeah, go Tasha. It's your birthday. Yeah. So what I'm saying is Cecilia Breakhouse, pretty as well. Yep, she pretty as well. So what I'm saying is, I'm starting to notice that I think sometimes men, whether they be content creators, whether they just be general fight fans, whether they be boxing pundits on Sky, Boxer, The Zone, Golden Boy, PVC, whatever the weather, yeah, I'm starting to see this pretty privilege start to kind of infiltrate people's decisions. And when it comes to boxing, there's already enough fuckeries in boxing that we see, you know, robberies and things like this. This seems to be a new thing. And you guys are, some of you are being biased because you're thinking below the waist. When you're judging a boxing match, it don't matter if you've got the two fucking brothers of Frankenstein in the building. You judge the point scoring the exact same way. If you've got two munters, two girls that look awful, it don't matter. You judge it correctly like that. What they're doing. You go down the Queensberry rules, which are in place for all of boxing. If you're judging a less attractive looking female boxer with a very attractive, or what's deemed as very attractive female boxer, that doesn't matter. You shouldn't even notice that at that time when you're judging. So what I'm seeing is, and what I'm seeing across the board is that people are judging. I even had a few people come through on my chat today, like, like Love Eyes, AB, not Adrian Broner, Alicia Baumgardner. She peppered Michaela Mayer. She didn't pepper her. She didn't really do what she said she was going to do. She didn't knock her out.
She didn't dog walk her, she said.
She didn't dog walk her like she promised. But because of you guys fancy her, that's what you're saying. And that's why some of you lot have voted on, not all, by the way. Some people have got her winning because she won. Some people have got her winning because you like the way she looks better than Maya. And I don't see the same energy kept when I'm gonna let Arlette chime in from here. Take it to the stage, girl. Go ahead.
Well, we were talking in our chat, like to me, like you didn't see if Alicia, and I will still say the same thing. If Alicia fought, like, I'm sorry, if what's the sister's name? If Clarissa Shields fought like Alicia yesterday, I think everybody would have been more critical of Clarissa Shields. And me, I don't find Alicia, I don't find Clarissa Shields unattractive at all. I think she's an attractive African American woman. And she's not ugly. She may be like kind of like, what do you call it? Like hard around the edges.
She's just not
kind of like,
she's not deemed as
like hard around like she's a little like tough around the edges.
Yeah, she's just not.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What I'm saying is she's not like the poster child of someone of.
But you know what? In Black America, anything that's according to Black men in this, and I don't know about Great Britain, but in this country, Black woman, if you have a Black phenotype, you're not going to be considered more attractive than someone like what's her name, Alicia Baumgardner, and she's not Black. But anything, the further you are away from Blackness to Black as Black men in America, the more attractive you are, and it's the truth. And it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. They already, like yesterday, I hear people, that she has a big mouth. Baumgardner has a big mouth, but no one ever talks about Baumgardner having a big mouth. But they talk about Clarissa Shields having a big mouth. What's the difference? Because it's coming from someone that you like physically more, like because she's quote unquote maybe ghetto, but it's a lot of biasness, a lot of colorism. We already said that. And there's a number of people that's on the, the brother that was talking earlier, you could tell he was a colorist. But I mean, like I said, it's just something that people are brainwashed. They can't help themselves. They don't even know that they're doing it. They just do it. It's just automatically. Because to be honest with you, I think Alicia Baumgardner, she is very attractive. I'm not going to say that she's not, but she's an attractive as far as woman sense, not attractiveness because she doesn't look Black. She has a nice body and she's very free-spirited as far as her looks. But I'm not going to sit here and say that she's more attractive than a Black woman. She's not a Black woman, so you can't compare her to a Black woman. I mean, she has her own look. A black woman have their own look. But like I said, a lot of this stuff right here is based on pretty biasness and also colorism. I mean, let's face it.
And that was that was a good point and a good comparison, because I know for a fact, guys, if Clarissa Shields fought how Alicia Baumgardner fought against Michaela Meyer, there'd be a lot of things that you guys would be saying. Oh, she's not that good. Oh, that was a lackluster performance. Oh, she's a hype job. Oh, you would be. You would be. You don't cover the girls at the same standards. And I've started to see it now. You know why? Because there's clear differences on what's not saying that Clarissa Shields isn't attractive, but in the majority's people's advice, she's not the poster child as what they deem as attractive, because she's not racially ambiguous. She's not lighter toned. She's not X, Y, Z. I see it all the time. There's colorism in the black community. There's colorism in the Asian community. There's colorism in the Middle Eastern community.
So Sawab continues to be disrespectful in the chat despite being at his mum's house. A guest caller by the name of Arlette calls in to discuss pretty privilege and some cultural issues, etc.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Anyone that I think people are very ignorant, and this what makes me very upset, Shan. It's a difference between black and woman of color. Alicia Baumgartner is a woman of color.
Indeed.
There's woman of color. Just because you're a woman of color, that doesn't make you black. Same thing with a man. Anybody could be a woman of color, but that doesn't make them black. And I think that's the problem right there. And that steams a lot with colorism. A lot of black people, black women too, and black men, they have low self-esteem. Anything that's a little bit black, they want to or looks a little bit different from white, they want to just throw in as black. Not everybody but this is for another time, but that's how it is.
All we're saying is that, there's nuances in boxing. Like, I see it with the nuances, if we just have to revert back to the Conor Benn story with, UCAD, him not popping dirty with UCAD, but he's popping dirty with VADA. UCAD said he's done nothing wrong, so that no punishment needs to be implemented. But there's a grey area, so now everything's on hold and pause because we've never really known how to really deal with this nuanced situation. And all I'm saying is this seems to be a nuanced situation in boxing when it comes to female boxers. And I'm just looking at it and I'm seeing it on Twitter. I'm seeing it on, all the social medias, Instagram, even in my comments or whatever. I see it. So I know what it is. And I know it exists, and I'm going to point it out whether you guys like it or not. And it's only people that go, oh, it's not about race, or it's not about...
But it is. And even I'm reading some of the comments, it is. And
sometimes it is.
And nobody's trying to, I'm saying something, this is what I've been seeing, and I see it in real life. And someone said bad comparison because she'll call her, look, all the fighters are arrogant. All of these female fighters are arrogant. Alicia Baumgardner is arrogant. All of these fighters are arrogant. You have to have some type of arrogance in order to make it in this field. I don't find arrogance to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Sawab continues to poke his big nose where it's unwanted, antagonizes in the chat. Him in the chat who cannot stand him? Go back and forth.
This comment here.
Yeah.
So, Mark, Shields calls herself the GWOAT. That's arrogance, not confidence. Takes it too far. Why is it taken too far when she's proved that she's the fucking GWOAT? She is the greatest woman of all time at this minute. Who's better than her? Tell me. Who's 3 times undefeated? Ring Magazine.
But then when Tyson Fury says it, everybody's good with it, right?
So when Tyson Fury says that he's the lineal champ and he's the best that ever done it, and only him, Rocky Marciano, is why isn't that picked up upon? Yeah. When AJ goes to a Black Lives Matter march and says, put money into the black community as well. make sure you help out black shops and black businesses. Do you know how that was turned around and twisted and toxified into he's racist? He said never go into white people's shops. So it seems like things sit well with you guys. And I'm not saying you guys, but I'm saying you guys when it suits you. And there's never going to be a day where, you know, everything becomes nullified and that there is no issues with race and there is no issues with sexism and there is no issues with homophobia, because there fucking is, right? There
he
is.
gets into it with haplotype of valued friend, member of the channel and a YouTube OG El Primero en el Edificio. It's about to go left. Everyone's feathers are ruffled at the 2-hour annoyance of this kid, Sawab being a total utter dickhead and an epic disgrace. Haplo aka El Primero jumps on the panel to address Sawab.
But yes, overall,
We will be going back to boxing. It's just something that I do have to touch on.
So overall, overall, yes, for sure, it's there till this day. I was actually watching a documentary earlier, but anyways, I don't want to get too deep. I'll give AJ a chance to go ahead. And
all I wanted to ask you was: does you think pretty privilege does exist in because we got beautiful female boxers, and do you think that could swerve?
Just in general, sure.
Yeah,
in general, sure. Whether you're in a
now we can go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Play. Yeah, see. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you can hear me, can you hear me, Chan?
Yeah. Oh, this hap El Primero. You know, all right. Talk. You tell me.
Yes, definitely it does. It exists everywhere in society, so why not boxing? It definitely exists in boxing, 100%.
It does. See, yeah, we just wrapped it up and tied it in a little bow and didn't tell us like don't talk shit and that we're playing victims like a 20.
Well, that's what I want to talk. That's what I want to say. That's why I jumped on this guy, bro. You don't be disrespecting fucking haplotype, bro. I'll fucking cut your head in 2 seconds, bro. You don't know shit about boxing. I've heard you talk many times on the panel. You sound like a fucking remedial short bus student who doesn't know shit, who's just learning about the sport. And also, you have a lot of fucking opinions that are based on probably your culture about women and other things like that. So just keep that shit to yourself and go fuck yourself. If you ever fuck with me, you're going to regret it.
See, gets deep here. See, Haplo left the boot in. Yeah. See, it just goes mad. So, but you just need to calm yourself down. So,
Jeez. Well, there is the end of part 3 of this 4-part desecration of Sawab. LadyChann has seen his desperate attempts to jump on panels and chats and banned from Twitter temporarily. Ha, loser. See you all on the next and final episode. Please leave your comments below. People who disrespect LadyChann will always be made an example of. Until next time, Allison Iverson, signing out. Bye bye.